Dooka is a business-to-business or B2B digital marketplace. The name comes from the Swahili word Dooka, meaning a shop or a market, which is significant because it underscores the fact that our marketplace is specifically built for companies on the African continent. It's the place that African businesses will go to buy and sell goods and services using a modern, easy-to-use online shopping experience. For companies that ask the question, can we buy things better, faster, cheaper? We've got the answer. You can. There are many marketplaces out there, most of which are actually the ones we use for online shopping at home. These are mostly business to consumer, B2C marketplaces. And some of them have started to extend that to include businesses as buyers. For small businesses who are okay with buying goods or services with a credit card, this can work. However, large enterprises have preferred suppliers from whom they can purchase goods and services, and they also have business controls like approvals, like workflows, purchase orders, payment terms, all of which has to be integrated into their central ERP systems. These large enterprises are the ones that need something different that is designed with those more complex processes in mind. That's where Dooka fits in. In brief, Dooka is a marketplace that is designed for large enterprises in Africa to use when buying goods from their suppliers. And let's face it, if you have a business that is selling goods and services in Africa, it's those large enterprise buyers that you want to sell to. When it works for the large buyers, it works for everyone. With Dooka, it's not about replacing what's already there. Dooka works with what's already there to make it better. It works with ERP systems and it works with e-procurement systems like Ariba and Coupa. I'm often told by business owners, but our purchasing is already digital, so we don't need this. It reminds me of how things were back in the 1990s when email started and people would say, I don't need email because I've got a fax machine. It may be digital, but it's not the same thing. There are always better, smarter, more efficient ways to do things. With Dooka, we're making it as easy to order something at work as it would be to order it from an online marketplace at home, whilst retaining all of those controls that the business needs. If you need a laptop and a phone, you browse, select, checkout. Dooka provides the content, the things to buy, and Dooka does all of the form filling and the communications in the background. It updates the ERP system, and it instantly sends the purchase order to the supplier. All of this saves time and money, and makes for a better experience for end users and for suppliers. If you're in a big company in Africa, Dooka is going to be your company's shop that your staff can use to buy stuff. It needs to work your way, so every buyer's experience is customized. Your requesters, that's the people within your company that need to buy things, will be able to use a very familiar online shopping interface. The products and services that they buy could be anything from products like desks and chairs to services like cleaning services or catering services. You, the buying company, can choose who you allow to do the shopping. But whoever that is will love the ease with which they can now buy the things that they need. Instead of going through a protracted procurement and purchasing workflow with forms and stuff, they can just Dooka it. Browse, click, buy. For my entire working career spanning over 3 decades, I have seen Africa talked about as the next global superpower. It's obvious why that should be the case. A continent with phenomenal natural resources and with over 1 billion consumers to drive GDP. but it has not fully materialized for various reasons. Now you just need to look around to see things are changing. There is a can-do attitude about Africa and Africans. There's a growing entrepreneurialism across the continent, increasing transparency, a growing intolerance of corruption, and the AFCFTA is making it easier for trade between African countries. What is still needed, though, is a simple way for businesses to transact with each other in Africa, with transparency and with modern digital document exchange. And that is what Dooka is all about. Big companies have traditionally tended to buy from big companies, but it is changing. There is a growing desire for large multinationals to give the smaller suppliers a chance and support the local communities in which they operate. Dooka is all about supporting that change. We're new, we're different, we're modern, and we're definitely not about extending the status quo. We're here to drive change that benefits companies and communities across Africa. We already have examples of large companies that have a strategic goal to buy more goods from smaller local businesses, and we help them to achieve that goal. The Dooka shop can help buyers to prioritize local companies as suppliers. It's not really a question of whether digital marketplaces will catch on. They've already caught on. People like buying stuff quickly and easily online. The question is whether the way that businesses in Africa buy stuff will catch up with the way consumers are buying. That's the revolution in purchasing that Dooka is bringing to Africa and companies operating in Africa. It will take a bit of time, but I believe a new verb is going to appear in the vocabulary of companies across Africa. They will say something like, okay, so you need a box of pencils? Just Dooka it. When that prediction becomes a reality, we will know that Dooka has truly caught on.